Hello, my name is David Katz and welcome to my YouTube channel, katzcollective.net. So I'm going to be talking to you today about confidence and how it is essential for anything you want in life. Confidence is something that takes time to build, so just know that to start, that confidence isn't something that you just wake up with and all of a sudden it's there. It takes a long time. Let me kind of describe to you a little bit about my story and who I am and how I've learned about how to become more confident in myself. About 3 years ago, I started seeing a psychologist, and at that time, I was very insecure, had a lot of low self-esteem, had a lot of social anxiety, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I knew who I wanted to become, and that was someone who was more confident in himself, someone who wanted to be able to go up to somebody, talk to them, and connect with them. And I wanted to be someone who loved himself. And I didn't like myself. Uh, and so I decided at that point I was going to change. Went through a lot of the wrong roads, the wrong paths to get there, and I eventually came across a psychologist who helped me. Name I'm not going to disclose, but nonetheless, that decision changed my life. Fast forward 3 years later, and I now do love myself. I do not have nearly as much social anxiety. I'm now very confident in who I am and what I'm doing, and you can too. And so how do we build confidence? That's the question, right? If confidence is so important, how do we go about really making a change? Because it's not like it's just given to you in a pamphlet when you decide to make that change, and it's not really talked about very often at school or things like that. So how do we make the change to become more confident in ourselves? You start by identifying what is making you so insecure. The way you feel comes from the thoughts which you have. So when you think negatively about yourself, you are going to feel negatively about yourself. Insecure people versus confident people have one thing that is different. They both have thoughts come up that are negative, but the insecure person listens to that voice in their head that tells them they can't do it, versus someone who's confident allows that voice to come and allows it to go. Because they understand they're more than that insecure voice in their head. I didn't realize that. I thought that those voices in my head, those insecure thoughts, were me. And that was the end of it. But they weren't. And they're not. They're not for you. So, to begin to build your confidence, you have to start by identifying what it is that's causing you to feel insecure. The thoughts that are making you feel inferior from who you really are. Because insecure people are really up here, but they feel down here. And so how do we bring that level back up to where it really belongs? You start by identifying the negative beliefs and the negative thoughts, and then you figure out and become more aware of them as they come up in your life, in situations, and you start to rationally work with them. You start to work with them as you would a friend if he were giving you or she were giving you, I don't know, a situation where they were feeling very insecure about themselves. And you were the friend who was trying to comfort them. You know, we do a lot of that where we comfort our friends, we comfort our family, but we don't do it as often for ourselves. So you have to start doing that. And through time, you'll get better at doing that. But you have to start, and you have to understand that. So let's say, for example, you're at a party with some friends, they've invited you, and you are very insecure because you don't know a lot of the people that are at this party. So you don't know what to say to them. You don't know what they're going to think about you when you do go and talk to them. You don't know if you're going to make a fool out of yourself. And you start to have these insecure, negative, limiting beliefs and thoughts telling you that they're not going to like you, or you're going to say something stupid, or they're going to judge you, or they're going to tell that you are feeling insecure and shy. But that's just a voice. That isn't you. So allow that voice to come up without taking it too seriously. And then come up with something in that moment, as if your friend was telling you that they're going to judge them, people aren't going to like them, and say, well, I don't know what they're going to think. I don't know if they're not going to like me. I don't know if I'm going to feel insecure when I go and talk to them. But even if I do feel insecure, and even if they do judge me, I need to learn to face my fears. I need to learn to be okay with feeling insecure. And I need to work on becoming more confident in myself, because the most important person's opinion is my own. You do that through time, and you will become more and more confident in more and more situations. And confidence is the most attractive, the most important aspect, I believe, of each individual. Because the most, I think, attractive thing you can find in somebody else is someone who loves themselves. Someone who is confident in who they are. The quote that confidence is not they will like me, but I will be okay if they don't, is a perfect example of what confidence really is. It's not needing an outcome, but it's being okay with whatever the outcome ends up being, and understanding that you will get through it, that you will be okay. Start building your confidence, because confidence is key. I'm David Katz, and you're watching katzcollective.net. Thank you. And please subscribe below, and check out my website, and let me know what you think. Appreciate it.